Well, John, the simple answer is very little change, really. More bands of rain sweeping in from the southwest, adding to the problems already faced with waterlogged fields, and flooding is likely to occur, I'm afraid, in other parts of the country as well as we go through this week. We can see that today's chart is fairly indicative of the sort of thing in store, really. Low pressure anchor to the west of Ireland, and one weather system after another coming up from the southwest this side of Wednesday. So quite heavy rain to come in many parts of Britain in the next 4 days. Temperatures, though, are quite respectable. We've seen them rise over the last day or two, and today is not too bad, about 9 or 10. It's small compensation, I must admit, but generally speaking 6 or 7 seems to cover much of the country today. But already the next band of rain is showing up out in the west. Some quite heavy rain moving across Ireland. It's now moving up into the far southwestern part of Scotland, and it's going through the Isle of Man and down into Anglesey just a little while ago. On the eastern side of Britain, well, it's a pretty gloomy scene, sunshine very difficult to come by, and even in the east it's rather drizzly in some places, but there is at least a thaw of lying snow just at the moment. Now as we go through the afternoon, we're going to find this wet and windy weather, gale force winds in fact, coming in across many western parts of the country. It'll be covering much of western Scotland, northwest England, down into the western Midlands and parts of central southern England too, I would think, by the end of the afternoon, probably about 5 or 6 o'clock. That's where the rain band will have got to, and some of that rain certainly will be heavy. Through this evening and tonight then you'll find western parts becoming clearer once again, and as the wind falls out in the west it will turn a little bit misty, notably across Ireland up into southwest Scotland, but for many parts it'll be an extremely wet night once again. Much of Scotland staying wet, much of northern England too, the Midlands and eastern parts still driven on by that very strong wind up to gale force up in the far north. Again, a small compensation, but temperature shouldn't be too much of a problem, except in Northern Ireland it could dip low enough for some icy patches on the roads. Well, there's tomorrow's chart then, with that low pressure out to the northwest. In fact, low pressure really dominates the chart, and we are going to see some bright weather to begin with out in these western parts outside of the misty areas, but a very wet start, in fact a wet day for many eastern areas, notably northeastern Scotland down through eastern parts of England. That rain very reluctant to get away tomorrow, so not a good drying day, I'm afraid. There'll be some heavier showers developing once again, particularly down in southwest England and through the Channel Islands as the day goes on, but temperatures aren't too bad, about 6 to 10 on the whole. Tuesday may see some dry weather for a short time during the day, some sunshine during the morning, but still some pretty heavy showers over northern and western Scotland and Northern Ireland, and later on we'll find yet another band of rain moving up from the southwest on a strengthening wind. Let's repeat that pattern once again on Wednesday. You can see a new area of low pressure coming in. That means to say there could be 15 to 25 millimetres of rain in many parts of Britain on Wednesday. That's about an inch, again adding to the waterlogging problems. The first band of rain getting away very smartly, probably before daylight in fact, then some sunshine coming along for a short time, then there's that wind and rain sweeping northwards across many parts during Wednesday. A slight difference for Thursday and Friday. Lots of tram lines, that means to say windy, blustery showers coming in across much of the country. There'll be some sunshine, there will be a mopping up operation going on, but showers never